JURA S95 from a friend of mine. It is no longer working and apparently it's coming up with a fault, so I'm going to pull it apart and fix it. Now, if those of you that don't know JURA coffee machines, a lot of them have similar internal parts, so if this is not your coffee machine, I recommend you watch it. I'm sure it'll give you a few hints on how to fix yours. Now you'll need a few of these T keys to help you pull apart the machine, and an oval shaped specialised tool for JURA. If you don't have one, order one on eBay or off a JURA website. They're fairly expensive, they're about $12 to $15, but it comes in fairly handy if you're going to be maintaining your own JURA. Otherwise, if it's a once-off thing, you can use a pair of pliers and squeeze the oval shaped safety screws at the back of the machine located here. So we're going to go ahead and pull it apart. Oh no, I'm going to see what's wrong with it. So tray missing. Sounds like the motor's struggling. Alright, malfunction S. Sounds like the brewer is getting jammed and it is not doing a whole cycle. So the brewer for this coffee machine is at the front. We'll need to pull it apart. Some brewers are on the side. So how do we take the face of this off? First step, unplug power. Water tank. Remove. Tray. Removed. Top. Get screws on top. I'll bring you along here to have a closer look. It's good to have a few spare plastic containers. And this tray comes out, so you got to sort of pinch it to pull it up. A pair of pliers will be good, but I've been getting it out with one of these lately, like that. There is some screws there. Looks like they've been replaced with Phillips heads. Commonly find. Now, top casing should come off. Okay, let's bring you back around the front now. There will be a hex screw down here. One holding the case at the front on. And this will be able to swivel. Make sure you got the tank out or else you won't be able to pull it out. Now behind here, the steamer, the mechanism that turns that is connected with wires at the back. There is two clips here which will free that unit behind there away, which would allow you to pull the door wide open. There's another few hoses behind here, just remove them and then she's open. Now, as you see, there is the brewer We're going to remove that now out of here. Try and pull that to the side so then we don't need to remove all these hoses. It's quite annoying removing these hoses. So next, hexes. We should have a couple of hexes holding this brewer in. I can see 3 actually. This will be popped out in a second, so if you can't see, just hang on a second. There is another hose down the bottom here, which I shall show you manually. Just there. So you can see that. There's a clip there that we have to remove. So you can just pull it out with that. You can see it's one of those. Hose will pop out. Screws are located there, and 2 there, 1 there, and 1 there. Go ahead and pull it apart and have a look at the brewer. So where do we go first? Clips here. First piece off. Second, this. Right there seems to be where it's getting stuck. It's been a while since I've pulled a brewer apart, so please be patient. Clips from down the bottom. Let's have a look at these. So there's 1 clip, 2 clip, 3, 4. We'll take these side cases off. And shit up. So there's 4 clips you need to find. Once you've found them, it becomes a lot easier. Pop it out. So clip 1, clip 2, clip 3, 1 more clip, that's right in there, which is pretty hard to get to. Slide out. There's little metal rings in here, do not lose them. Looks good. So, I found my culprit. This here, the seals are fairly worn out. It's been rolled over, it's pressing up, and the main thing is kind of broken. So I'm going to replace that and the seals, and we'll fix it. brew apart and found that this section here had snapped off the actual gearing, so I glued that on, and it's been about a day. The glue is almost dry. I don't think it needs to be too tight in. With a new seal, the old seal was preventing the shaft from sliding in and out comfortably, and now it does that, so that's great. So we're going to go ahead and reassemble this brewer. So first stage is push this little gearing all the way to the top that we can, center gearing. It's seen there. And this part here has to be on the right side, which is, so that there faces, there'll be a little groove indentation on that side, so it can slide in like that. Alright, now rings, underneath the rings, it's these things here, little silver type of rings. They slide in one on each side, so don't lose them. You're going to need to find them. Actually, you can probably slide the main pin in first. That's this thing here. One way will slide in easy, the other one won't, so if it's not sliding in easy, please push it in the other way. Find it easier. It's the way it is. It's a lot of units, JURA units. There you go. So that one's got a ring, that one doesn't, so I need another ring in there. Sort of like guides the brewer in place. Helps it from wearing out the plastic as much. Okay, so second stage, this thing here, which will go like so. Secondary rings. Slide them in. Put the wheel on. I don't like to put the pin in here just in case it all doesn't line up and you have to pull it apart, because taking those pins off are annoying, which you'll see shortly. So the pin's in there. Just pull on there. There we go. So all you want to do is make sure these are sitting inside the clips. I'll do it now for you. See, that's raised up. You line up, will pop in, allowing these to clip on nice and easily. That's in. Nice and easily. Almost done. Now that we have this lined up, I'm going to actually go ahead and try out the brewer, make sure it's running smoothly and it's all working fine. So it's going down nice and easily, going back up nice and easily. See, before it wasn't doing that, it was getting jammed, so the new seal has fixed it quite well and comfortably. See if it goes into the second stage and works mint. Pulling out, pushing out the coffee, going back again. All is working 100 okay. There we way. They just weren't lining up on the center. That there clips in there fairly easily and quickly. Not moving around. That probably goes here. Holding that in place. Now this I'm going to remove for now. We'll try it without it, see if the machine runs more smoother without it. I mean, it's just a guard, but I'm going to leave it off. No, bugger it, I'll put it on. I just want to see how it would run without the clip on. It's just a guard once again. B here. Maybe best to remember which side it was on, but that's the way that I'm going to go with. Which is going to be a lot of fun, and you might not be able to get a great view. Actually, what I'm going to do is trigger it in the top starting position. Further up. With this, you're going to start on the bottom position and slide up like that. Bit of tape on the screw will do it if you don't have magnetic tease tools, because I've tried multiple times with no success to get them in there, and look how easy that went. Excellent. Next. Tape done, excellent job. Retying the rest, done. Cool, cool, cool bananas. Now, those underneath, which is going to be a pain in the ass to deal with. Re-putting the clip in. So, two hoses back on. Bottom one. Top one. Clip that straight back in. That's why it's easier just to clip that section off. It prevents you needing to pull off each individual hose, which takes precious time when working on one of these machines. Because if it's your first attempt in fixing one of these, you will most likely need to pull it apart a couple of times to fix it. You will most likely have multiple leaks, which you'll soon find. And if you do it the first time, congratulations. But you will be pulling it apart again later on. JURA makes great coffee. It breaks down even more better. So that's all good and good. Done and dusted. Back panel's on. Now we can go ahead and put on the top piece. I'll bring you back over to here because I'd like you to see something which I believe is of some importance. Some importance, not too much importance. Putting the top casing back on. You want to make sure all of them are down. This might not look like yours here in particular because I've shortened The hosing, the Teflon hosing, I found a hose is a lot more, I could use a lot less Teflon hose running the hose down this way instead of right around and dropping it down this way. Save about that much, meaning therefore there'll be less water in the system and therefore the whole thing will be running better, less distance. Now, popping this back in, you want to make sure the heat shield doesn't get folded up, and that's about it. And make sure you don't break this thing. You remove the little dial there and drop it in nice and slowly, like so. And that casing needs to be pushed in. Cool. You can go ahead and put in all the screws.